And this forum, West Virginia Speaks, has brought together and will bring together 48 different individuals, all with noble ideas and that have the amazing potential for change. Some of the ideas might take legislative action, others will deal with educational mandates, and still others might suggest social, monetary, or tax reform. My idea isn't a new one. It's not at all complex, doesn't really cost anything, and has proven to be very effective. My idea just needs to be put into new perspective and taken off the shelf and re-examined, so to speak. We West Virginians, we just need to read. Read to ourselves, to our children, our grandchildren, our nieces and our nephews, and in our schools. Why? Because according to the 2012 Kids Count data book, 73% of West Virginia's fourth graders are not proficient in reading. We need to be alarmed by this fact, very alarmed, because reading is a fundamental life skill, the basis and foundation for all other types of learning. If by the third grade a child hasn't become a good reader, they become lost because from the fourth grade on, they need reading skills to learn. According to the Annie Casey Foundation report, Early Warning, Why Reading by the End of Third Grade Matters, students who are poor readers are more likely to drop out, less likely to be employed, and more likely to be incarcerated. According to the Department of Justice, nationally, 75% of all state prison inmates are dropouts. As a matter of fact, Texas and California use third and fourth grade reading scores to determine the number of prison cells that they're going to need in the future. Now, that's really, really sad. And just this week, a Kids Count press release made the front pages of many of our state papers. And it stated that 7 in 10 students are not reading proficiently by the end of third grade right here in West Virginia. I could go on well beyond my allotted time with facts and statistics about non-readers that would dismay and alarm you. So what really is the problem here? Don't they teach reading in our schools? Isn't it emphasized enough? There are a myriad of reasons our children have fallen behind. From too much TV, too many video games, busy single-parent homes, the devaluation of education, and/or students just equating reading with drills and testing. They don't see the value of reading. They don't see it as a thing that you can do just for fun. But just as there is no single cause for low literacy rates, there is no single solution. But there is hope, and there is much that can be done. There is one small state organization that has the potential to help implement great change, and everyone can help, even you. It's called Read Aloud West Virginia. Formed almost 20 years ago, this small nonprofit seeks to motivate children to want to read and to introduce them to the pleasure it can bring. They do this by encouraging parents to read aloud to their children and by recruiting people from all walks of life to read in classrooms. By far, the most effective way to encourage children to read and to love books is by reading aloud to them. And the earlier you start, the better. Why, even a baby of just a few months can see pictures, listen to your voice, and turn the pages of a small cardboard book. Read Aloud believes, and I believe, that the key ingredient to acquiring any skill is motivation. Children are introduced to reading early and often, learn to love and accept reading as a way of life. Those children choose to read inside and outside of the classroom. And because of this, their skills improve. As their skills improve, they feel more competent and are better equipped to access information in all content areas. Because children spend only about 900 hours each year in the classroom and 7,800 hours out of school, the responsibility for raising literate citizens cannot be shouldered by the educational community alone. Making changes to West Virginia's current literacy climate requires the engagement of all parents and the community at large. So call your local Read Aloud chapter and volunteer to read in a classroom once a week or even just a couple times a month. I can't emphasize enough the impact it will make on those children. and on you. Or if you have a baby, a toddler, or a school-aged child in your life, read aloud to them as often as you can. Limit their screen time. Keep books in your car. Take them to the library. And make reading, even for just 15 minutes a day, a priority in your home. It's been proven to increase your child's vocabulary, their comprehension, and their attention span. But best of all, it's a great way to bond with your child and to develop shared memories. We all want what's best for our children and for them to succeed. So don't be lazy about this. Don't put it off until tomorrow. Do it today. Read to a child and help them develop their reading skills. This is a no-brainer. Better readers, better students. Better students, less dropouts. Less dropouts, less poverty and crime. Less poverty and crime, a better West Virginia. So grab a book, settle in with a child. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. If you want more information on Read Aloud, just Google it. Lots of information will pop up, or you can call the Youth Museum of Southern West Virginia and we'll give you some more information. So I'd like to close with a quote from one of my favorite books, Fahrenheit 451. And in the book, one of the men said, you don't have to burn books to destroy a culture. You just have to get people to stop reading them. So thank you very much, and please remember, read every day. Thank you.